Hello everyone. Sorry, I'm a little bit loud. I'll just quickly jump into what I want to say as I have a flight to catch in a little bit. When I was 22 years old, I launched Bhubaneswar's largest residential project till date. Many people came to me and they told me that my ambitions might lead me astray. They said that Bhubaneswar doesn't have the appetite for such high quality real estate. And on top of that, I launched this project in March 2020 during the peak of the pandemic. Despite all odds, we sold more than 300 crores worth of properties in 3 months during the lockdown. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Aditya Prakash. Thank you all for coming. I'm the CEO of Assotech Group. I'm 27 years of age, and I have been an entrepreneur since the age of 18. Today, I want to talk about the rise of what I call India 2. But first, I would like to share a story about a boy I met when I was in Ranchi. His name is Rohit Pandey. At that time, he was working as a security guard in the society I lived in. With a mere monthly salary of 9,000 bucks, which is roughly $100 in today's dollar value. One thing I noticed that he never failed to go above and beyond for the residents of the neighborhood. And I was very impressed by him. So one day I walked up to him and asked him, are you willing to work with me? And his answer was, I can do anything to prove my caliber. And 6 years later, he's now a star sales agent in one of my startups. He has sold more than 100 crores worth of properties in the last 6 years. He's happily married and is now expecting a kid. India 2 is not a story of cities, infrastructure, or even government policies. It's a story of its people like Rohit Pandey. It's a story of his ambitions and a shared dream, which I would like to call the Great Indian Dream. For decades, when we thought about India's growth, we thought of the people living in tier 1 cities like Mumbai, Delhi, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Bangalore, Chennai. These cities for the last 70 years were the epicenter of socio-economic development, which I call India 1. But today we witness the rise of India 2. It's the potential and the energy of the people living in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. As per the recent economic survey of 23-24, more than half of India's population is poised to live in urban areas by 2050. So tier 2 and tier 3 cities are not merely seen as an extension of rural India anymore. They are now vibrant centers for opportunity, economic activity, and cultural resurgence. Did you know that every minute, almost 30 people shift to an urban center in India? And by the time when I'm done talking, more than 500 Indians would have shifted to an urban center. These are gigantic numbers. It actually reminds me of 1950s America, a period marked by which is often called the Great American Dream. American suburban boom was fueled by 3 major things: rapid migration, economic growth, and technological advancements. I believe India's story reflects a similar dynamic. We are seeing the same growth trajectory in our tier 2 and tier 3 cities. India 2 is not just a story about what the people in tier 1 cities. It's a story of people like Rohit Pandey. I believe that India is similarly going through a change, just like 1950s America. We are seeing a rise in migration to these cities because they offer a middle ground of urban convenience and rural affordability. These cities are quickly transforming into economic hubs driven by affordable real estate and low living costs, making them ideal for entrepreneurs and remote workers. And with the support of government initiatives, these cities are actually creating smart infrastructure to attract investment. But the next question that pops up in my mind is that how do we make this transition sustainable? And I believe, strongly believe, that at the heart of its foundation lies real estate. And I'll explain with a few scenarios. Think of an MNC deciding to shift its base of 10,000 employees to Bhubaneswar. The first question they will ask is, are there enough office spaces to accommodate us? Now imagine a company like Blinkit expanding its operations in a tier 2 city like Varanasi. They'll need strategically located warehouses and dark stores to ensure efficient logistics across the city. Now picture an Odia professional living in Gurgaon, earning a decent salary, deciding to shift back to Bhubaneswar. For them, availability of high quality apartments matching the standards of a modern metro city becomes crucial. But real estate isn't just about buildings. No. It's about creating entire ecosystems. Modern offices bring in businesses, warehouses support and logistics and supply chain, and apartments and residential townships attract talent. Retail spaces, entertainment zones, and cultural centers sustain daily life. Together, they form the backbone of a modern metro city of India. But I would like to point out that India too is not just a story of an economic shift. Just like Bhubaneswar is a melting pot of culture, these other cities are deeply rooted in their heritage and tradition. Varanasi, for example, has blended its technology, its ancient history with modern technology, transforming itself into a hub for startup and education. Jaipur, once known for only forts and palaces, is now a center for tourism and tech parks. But let's not romanticize this journey too much. Let's hold our horses just a bit. There are a few challenges and hiccups along the way. The first one being roads, public transport, and utilities in a tier 2 city like Bhubaneswar needs significant upgrades. Significant. Unplanned growth, unchecked urban growth also increases the risk of congestion and pollution, just like we see in Delhi and Bangalore. But I believe opportunities far outweighs these challenges. Government initiatives like Smart City Mission, Make in India, and targeted policies regarding affordable housing has created a fertile ground for this transformation. So, in my opinion, we should all look ahead. I think that the next 30 years will define the great Indian dream by the time we reach 2050. But this dream isn't about mimicking tier 1 cities. Absolutely not. It's about creating holistic urban environments in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. I would like to point out that tier 2 cities are not the future of India, I'm afraid. They are the present. They embody the aspirations of millions of people like Rohit Pandey and symbolizes a nation on the rise. The story of India too, the story of our tier 2 and tier 3 cities is a story of resilience. It's a story of innovation. And last but not the least, it's a story of hope. A hope to see Bhubaneswar one day stand shoulder to shoulder with Bangalore. A hope to see Varanasi shine as brightly as Mumbai. And I believe that we can actually create this dream if we work together. You know, it's actually very funny. I came to Bhubaneswar back in 2018. And at that time, Bhubaneswar was, at least the real estate market, was in a slump. And you can actually see how an industry is moving in a city by how much money they're spending in marketing. Today, if you go out, if you step out of your homes in Bhubaneswar, if you walk 10 feet, you will see 2 real estate hoardings popping up in front of you. That's a paradigm shift in how the industry is changing. People of Bhubaneswar, just like people of Ahmedabad, Surat, Varanasi, Coimbatore, Jaipur, Nasik, Guwahati, Ranchi, I could go on forever. This is not a story about you and me. This is a story about that Rohit Pandey. And with that, I would like to end it.